A brand new moveset, Sandsear Storm, has been added in Pokemon Go to the Therian Landorus. So today, we're going to check out everything we need to know about the Therian Landorus in Pokemon Go. Is it a wise investment for PvP or for a meta attacker, or will it get beat out by Groudon and other ground type attackers? We are going to find that out in this video. So welcome to the Trainer Club, here we go! Therian Landorus, a ground and a flying type Pokemon. This Pokemon, strong. It's already got some pretty good moves, but Sandsear Storm is going to take it to another level. But will it be enough? As far as an attacker move, it's going to have 140 power, and then as far as PvP, it's going to do 60 power, and it's going to lower the opponent's attack, which is a pretty valuable addition to a move. It's going to max out at 4,434. It has an attack value of 289, and Mewtwo has an attack value of 300, so it's a pretty strong overall Pokemon. And it has a defense of 179 and a stamina of 205, so it is definitely excelling more in the attack category. But with its typing, it's also going to have a double weakness, which is going to be ice types. Obviously, you guys probably did see yesterday's counter video, so that is going to be problematic for this Pokemon. Not only that, it also gets a single weakness, and that's going to be to flying. However, it's going to double resist ground and single resist electric, bug, fighting, as well as poison, which some of those are pretty decent resistances, especially it being a flying type and resisting electric. The reason being behind that is that ground double resists electric, flying is single weak to it, so when you combine those, it only makes it single resistant, which is still really good here. And then as far as its moveset, it's going to get Mudshot and Extra Sentry for the quick moves, Mudshot being one of the quick charging premier ground type moves. And then as far as its charge moves, it's going to get Earthquake, it's going to get Stone Edge, it's going to get Bulldoze, it's going to get Superpower being another one of those pretty effective moves to add into PvP. And then finally, it's going to get that brand new moveset of Sandsear Storm. And while the shiny is just a subtle difference, I still think that the shiny looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? So after analyzing this Pokemon and all of the things that have to come with it, the one problem about this Pokemon for PvP is that it's a flying and ground means that it's going to be weak to ice, and Mewtwo can get Ice Beam, and that's a problem for this Pokemon. But we want to see how good is it in the ground category against itself. Where does this new move sit? And then we're going to take it into the ground category, and then we'll transition it into PvP. So let's start now. The Therian Landorus Mudshot and Earthquake started out at 38.25. And then the Sandsear Storm was added, and now it's with Mudshot and Sandsear Storm at 43.11. Okay, before we go any further, guys, just a reminder, anything over 40 has potential to hit the top spots in the respective category. Obviously, there's a couple categories that are not going to be quite influenced by that low of a 40, but at the same time, this ground category could be influenced. So let's continue. And that's quite a big difference, 5 points between the Earthquake and that, which is really impressive. Not only that, it does get Earth Power as well with Mudshot and Earth Power, but the Sandsear Storm is even better as a meta attacker moveset than Earth Power at 36.88, which is mighty impressive here. And then it also does get the Bulldoze, and while it does not get Earth Power, the Landorus Incarnate form does get Earth Power at 36.88, which is totally blown out of the water by this Therian form. So in between the Therian and the Incarnate form, hopefully these Incarnate Pokemon eventually get new movesets, because they are some of the more, I guess, favorited Pokemon from Pokemon Go's franchise, because it seems like the Regis and these Genies are being brought back the most, and since they are being brought back the most, you might as well give them some pretty good movesets. So at least this time around with the Therian forms, we are getting a new moveset that does buff some of these Pokemon. But now we need to see, is it actually going to be worth anything in the ground category, or will Groudon blow it out of the water? At the top of the ground category, we are getting the Primal Groudon, no surprise here, Mudshot and Precipice Blades at 58.15, followed by the Mega Garchomp at 50.59, followed by Shadow Garchomp at 44.91. Then we have the Shadow Excadrill at 44.16, and then finally, the first non-Shadow, non-Mega is going to be Groudon with Mudshot and Precipice Blades at 43.17, followed almost identically by the Sandsear Storm with the Mudshot at 43.11, which both of these Pokemon are actually above the Shadow Mamoswine, above the Shadow Rhyperior, above the Mega Swampert, and above the regular Garchomp by a decent amount. So with this moveset, guys, this is a pretty impressive place to be. The one thing that Groudon has on this Pokemon is that it can, I guess, Primal Reverse into the Primal form. So the Primal Reversion can take place, and that makes it ultimately more valuable in one regard. But in the other regard, these Pokemon are pretty much the exact same sitting here. So if you guys have a couple of Groudon Hundos and you don't have one of these, that's totally cool. But if you guys do like this Pokemon and you do value it, I would suggest that yes, you can power this Pokemon up and be safe, because both of these Pokemon could also get their Shadow form at some point, which would make them both respectively just about as powerful as each other in the Shadow form. Which then leads us to taking this Pokemon into to PvP. So where's it going to sit? In the Ultra League, it's irrelevant, but that leads it into the Master League. The only thing about the Master League is there's a lot of ground type Pokemon in the Master League, which means it has some stiff competition, including the #1 complete form of the Zygarde, which is a very impressive Pokemon. So if you do run into that Pokemon, it actually is pretty beefy, it's pretty tanky, and it's not the best and most fun Pokemon to play against. But then the Groudon with Mudshot, Precipice Blades, and Fire Punch is sitting in spot #4 right now. Then we have the Mamoswine, the Shadow Ursaluna, the Shadow Mamoswine, Landorus Incarnate form, which is 35, Garchomp at 37, and then in spot 38, we're going to have the Therian Landorus with the moveset of Mudshot, Superpower, and Stone Edge. So it's not even using its ground type move, recommendation from PvPoke. So guys, overall, Therian Landorus, a big win in Pokemon Go. Obviously, the Groudon is a stiff competition, and it does do extremely well, and it has a primal reversion, so that makes it ultimately a little bit more valuable than this one. However, at the exact same time, if you guys do like this Pokemon, you value it, it does have its uses, it does have its resistances, it is a pretty impressive Pokemon overall, why not? You are welcome to power up multiple of these ones. I do not have a situation where I sit here or there on either of them, but at the same time, please make sure that you have multiple Groudons that are all at Mega level 3, well, Primal level 3 for that, so that you can get more XL candy when catching sunny weather type Pokemon. So that's gonna do it, guys. Love and appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for tuning in. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, participation to X level. I'll see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and rating all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.